Hello, it's Sunday morning the 13th of June. It's a lovely day, and perhaps not a day for gardening. There's always something to do in the garden, but the most important thing is to look around, appreciate it and see what one can learn from it. So this is going to be one of the sequence of videos I do called Looking Around the Garden, where I'm going to have a look at some of the things that have been flowering, some of the things that have been going on in the last few days, maybe couple of weeks. But it's not just about the flowers and the vegetables, it's also about the animals and the things one sees. For example, in the pond. Take a look at this.
These are the discarded skins of dragonfly nymphs or larvae on some iris leaves in the pond. You might see a dragonfly dipping half her body into water. This is the female laying her eggs. Eggs take about a week to hatch into nymphs or larvae. Dragonflies spend most of their lives in the pond in this stage. That can typically be 1 to 2 years, but can range from 2 months to 5 years, depending on the type of dragonfly and environmental factors such as water temperature. Once nymphs are fully grown, they crawl out of the water and shed the skins you see here, emerging as dragonflies. After an hour or so, their wings harden and they can fly. They spend about a week feeding away from the water, becoming more colourful as they reach adulthood. And when mature, they move back to the water to breed.
I'll try and get some videos of some live ones as the summer progresses. We get quite a few round the pond, but they're not quite as easy to find as the bees.
There are more than 250 species of bee in the UK and 24 species of bumblebee. Bumblebees have an annual life cycle, with new nests being started each spring by the queens. From February onwards they can be seen feeding in gardens. A queen stocks her nest with pollen and nectar and then lays her first batch of eggs. She incubates them much as a bird would, sitting on the eggs while shivering her flight muscles to produce warmth. When the eggs hatch, the legless grubs eat the pollen and nectar. They then grow rapidly and pupate after a few weeks. A few days later, the first workers hatch from the pupae and begin to help their mother, expanding the nest and gathering food. By midsummer, nests can contain several hundred workers. At this point, the queen starts laying both male and female eggs, and the females are fattened up to become future queens. When they're adult, both males and new queens leave the nest, mate, and the new queens burrow into the ground to wait until the following spring. Not all flowers encourage bees, by the way. Old-fashioned cottage garden perennials are good, and a list of suitable plants can easily be found on the internet. These ones certainly seem to like the naughtier.
Well, now let's have a look at some of the things that have been blooming in the garden in the last little while. As ever, I've added the names of the plants to the photographs so that if you wanted one, you'd be able to identify what it was pretty easily. Well, I hope you found something interesting or useful in this video, and thank you very much for watching.